Welcome to your Daily Writing Habit, episode number 800. If you are writing a book or thinking about it, or maybe you've started writing your book but you need some help getting it done, you are in the right place. Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh. If you're looking for me online, look for Christine Inc., like that stuff we write with. Each day, I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 19 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that three things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they even have the ability to turn a quote-unquote non-author into a published one. Those three things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. Here's today's quote. "Invisible threads are the strongest ties." Friedrich Nietzsche. And once again, good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. And did you hear what I just said like 30 seconds ago? Episode number 800. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much to all of you, my listeners, especially those of you I know who have been with me since the very beginning. I am incredibly appreciative of your loyalty. For today's episode, I've decided to share one of my favorite messages with you, a definite best of in terms of the keys to writing a great book and finishing a great book. This is also one that seems to be very popular with many of you, so put this under the category of things you've probably heard me say before and think you know, and therefore need to be reminded of as frequently as possible to make sure that you're actually putting them into practice. I call this staying energetically connected to your manuscript. You know, if you never completely leave, it's much easier to come back. And yes, I'm talking about your manuscript, your book project, staying connected to your work in progress. If you never completely cut the invisible energetic connection between you and your book, you'll never have to start from scratch in establishing it like you did at the start of your project. And when I say staying connected to your manuscript, I don't mean avoiding breaks when needed. Resting, recharging your creative brain, all those other good self-care strategies are especially necessary during long-term projects like writing a book. What I'm talking about is how your book idea, from its conception, had an energetic charge to it. And this is not uncommon with ideas. How many times have you been unable to get a certain thought or idea out of your mind, no matter how hard you tried? How many times has a writing idea woken you up in the middle of the night, generally around 3 a.m., I find? Ideas have a charge, and that includes your book idea, and then once you execute on it, your book itself. Think of the energetic connection to your book as a bright electrified cord connecting you with your book. This cord exists no matter what stage your book is in, whether it's a mere idea or an actual manuscript in progress. The cord lights up and you get to pick the color of the cord whenever you think of or work on your book. And this includes brainstorming, pondering, mulling over, jotting down notes, or the actual writing process. The invisible cord is powered by your attention, which is truly one of the most powerful things that exists. The attention you place on your book in any form is a note to self that you are, in fact, an author, and you do have a book in progress. That's the energetic connection I'm talking about. If you never let the lights go out, you'll never have to figure out how to turn them on again. And here are some other ways I thought of to keep your book project energized in between writing sessions. First, journaling, of course, right? Incorporate your book into your daily journaling practice if you have one. If nothing else, you can just gratitude journal something like, "I'm so thankful to be working on this book because," and list something really cool about your book and how much you're enjoying it. Number 2, downtime. It's my personal belief that things like housework and showering and leisurely walks and walking the dog and driving, of course, safely, these are all cleverly disguised bonus book brainstorming sessions for authors. Just don't tell anybody else. They all think it's like driving and showering and housework, and we're like, bonus, bonus writing time. So try that out. Another way is staying connected with other authors in a writing community, even simply to help you celebrate their wins and your wins and cheer each other on. This will inevitably remind you of your own project, so you won't stray too far from it. So stay connected in an author community, like Inc. Authors on Facebook. The next one, daily thinking time. Outside of your actual writing caves, schedule a daily habit of brainstorming and jotting down what comes next in your book, even just for 5 minutes. That's enough to keep the cord lit up, knowing what comes next. And finally, revamp your writing schedule. Is your current writing schedule conducive to keeping the energetic connection alive? If one extended writing cave once a week or month is not, consider how you can break that down into smaller, more frequent sessions. One of my clients wrote her entire memoir in 20-minute writing sessions. Anything is possible if you have a solid writing habit. So here's the moral of the story in today's episode. It's much easier to continue moving forward with your book project if you never completely detach from it, not even for a small period of time. Here's an example. Let's say you've committed to working on your book once a month, but in the days and weeks in between, you completely disconnect from it energetically. You push it out of your mind. You don't even grant it a passing casual thought or even a little bit of interest. Think of how much more challenging it will be when you do finally sit down to work on it. You will have to power up all that attention all over again, all that energy from zero. You might even have to get a feather duster and dust off the whole part of your brain that is an author just to get your book in motion again. It's like the flywheel author Jim Collins talked about in his book, Good to Great, or an object in motion staying in motion, or the boulder being pushed up the mountain. Pick your favorite analogy, whether it's a flywheel or a boulder or an object in motion, any kind of physics analogy you want to use about going from 0 to 60 versus going from 55 to 60. Keep the energetic connection with your book active and watch your writing sessions become more successful. Thank you for joining me here on episode number 800 of Your Daily Writing Habit, where I am helping you write and finish writing an awesome book. And please drop by my Inc. Authors group on Facebook and let me know how I can support your writing goals. Inc. Authors on Facebook. Until tomorrow, happy writing.